Welcome back, and it's been about 3 minutes since we last spoke, and here we are. We've got Hoffenheim at home, and what you might actually be surprised about is our team selection day. We're actually going for the weakened side that just saw off Bradford City in the FA Cup, simply because we've got that Carabao Cup final in 3 days' time, and we don't really want to get any injuries. We want to be able to play our strongest team. I also think that Hoffenheim, following the last game that we played against them, they didn't show too much threat against us. We do have that away goal. So I'm feeling fairly confident about our chances at home. We can't play Calabria, though. He has played in Europe for AC Milan. So Hysaj is playing at right back. And of course, Moussa Dembele will come in instead of Koeman because he is our top scorer in the Euro Cup. And I just kind of want him to try and continue that, because it would be nice for him to be the overall top scorer in the competition. So we kick off, or they kick off, sorry, and here we go. A 0-0 in this match would be absolutely fine, as Chamberlain delivers a cross straight down the goalkeeper's throat. So Baumann will get it out to Hübner, and Uth now on the ball. Obviously, a goal from Hoffenheim changes everything. Makes me look like an absolute dick too. And Uth will hit the ball against Rulli. I might be completely wrong here by playing a weakened side. Obviously, only this game will show. But if not, it's a great experience for some of the other players as well. And Romeo tackled on the edge of the area. He is not our second string player. He is one of our first team choices, so he should know better than that. But Bertrand will deliver the ball back downfield to Dembele. Now Dembele plays a lovely back heel to Ontiveros. Ontiveros will pick up the ball again here on the left-hand side. Back to Bertrand. Romeo now. Back to Bertrand. Ontiveros is just ahead of him. Doesn't see him. Wilshere gets the ball to Ascasabar. Back to Wilshere. Now Ontiveros is on the ball. Plays it into Dembele. And Dembele scores. It's 1-0. Hoffenheim have it all to do now. It's 2-1 on aggregate. We have that away goal, of course. But that away goal now will count for nothing. Because, of course, if Hoffenheim do bring back it to a draw, then all bets are off and it will just go to extra time. And if they score more than one, then they'll have the upper hand in away goals. Ascasabar plays a shot and Baumann will collect that easily. So I think we're looking quite good value at the moment. We're on 55%, 53% possession. We haven't had many shots. But Hoffenheim are fouling us a lot at the moment. 5 fouls so far, 6, 7 fouls. So their game here is just trying to stop us from playing. Continue to keep interrupting our possession and our attack. And this is going to end fairly easily at half time, 1-0 up. So let's just... We have to pick up where we just left off. I like that. I'm not going to leave them saying nothing. It's the second leg. It's half time. It's quite important. But it's good for them to know that, okay, we've got to continue as we're playing. That's quite important. And 55 minutes have been played. Bertrand now. Big ball into Hoyt. And Hoyt scores. Okay, things are looking a lot easier now. So... Romeo to come off, Storaru to come on, and we'll swap him for Ascasabar. That means Romeo can stay fresh for the next match, and after scoring that, I think we're going to take Hoyt off as well. Like I said, it's all about trying to keep these players as fresh as possible. We can't do much with Hysaj. Obviously, Calabria can play in the League Cup final if we need him to. Gaspar makes a good tackle there. On Ontiveros now to Chamberlain. Chamberlain tries to take on his marker, doesn't get past him, and Ox now is going to be sent off. Is it Ox or Otches? If it's Ox, then Ox just took down the Ox, but he's been sent off. Now we can bring on Matthijs de Ligt there, and I think... I think we'll just keep the team as it is then. So we've got Hoyt being rested now, and Romu's now being rested. As long as De Ligt doesn't pick up an injury, or Storaro pick up an injury in this match, we're going to be pretty good, I think. 2-0. Hoffenheim have to score 2 to go through. Obviously, if they get it to 2-2, it'll be 3-3 in aggregate, and they'll have 2 away goals. So, you know, they've still got a chance, but they're down to 10 men. They're playing away. They haven't threatened us at all. They've had 4 shots and they're about to have another maybe. That's a penalty. There's me opening my big mouth, and Hoffenheim will now have a shout back in this match. Paslak with a penalty. Puts the keeper the wrong way. Puts it in. It's 2-1. It's 3-2 on aggregate. We both have away goals. If Hoffenheim score 1 now, they will go through. They've got 10 minutes to do it. They're going to throw everything at us, I think. Let's just let's go contain. They've got 10 men, so we can just keep the ball now away from them. On to Veros, plays across to Wilshere, and Wilshere puts it over the bar. I don't think that's quite what contain means. On to Veros. Whoa. 25%. Let's take him off, and Lozano can come on for the last 4 minutes. Wow, I've never seen a player get that low on conditioning without actually being injured. Like, there was no injury mark against his name. It wasn't forced substitution. We could have kept him on at 25%. So I've never seen it like that before. And Dembele's just been tackled. We'll get back onto it though, and puts it wide. And it's all over. It's all over. We're through to the second knockout round. And I don't know why Rosario's saying that. I'm going to say well done, it's a good win. Let's leave the match, and we've got the draw next. So we'll have a quick look at the teams that are going through. Bilbao, Milan, Monaco, Anderlecht, Celtic, Chelsea, Moscow, Frankfurt, Moscow, Lazio, Valencia, Napoli. There's a load of good teams in this. This is not going to be an easy competition, that's for sure. But we've got the draw next, so we'll be back in just a second with the draw. So here we are, 8 matches to be drawn. And like I said, there's some big teams in this. We don't want to draw Chelsea, AC Milan or Monaco. We don't really want Napoli. I think we could probably do a good performance against anybody else. It's those 4 teams you want to try and avoid though. Let's draw the team. So Chelsea first, and we've got Chelsea. The first team that we could have drawn, the first name out of the hat was Chelsea. So we've got Chelsea in the two legs of the second knockout round of the Euro Cup. But that is that's the future for future Darius to worry about. Right now, we've got the Carabao Cup final against Stoke. We're going to see you at Wembley in just a second. So here we are. It's Wembley time, and Stoke are not to be taken lightly in this match. If you have a look at their lineup, they have 3 players in their team that they didn't have last season, and these players we need to watch out for. Lucas Moura has been a great signing for them. They've signed him. He scored. He's set up 10 goals and scored 7, and they signed him for 13 million. People saying in real life how Tottenham's deal for 25 million was a steal. 13 million is absolutely brilliant piece of business for Stoke. They've also got Luan. Now Luan has been linked with all the top teams in England. Attributes wise, probably not as good as his reputation says he is, but he's still a good player nonetheless. And they've got Michy Batshuayi up front, the ex-Chelsea player. So they've actually got a very strong team. We've obviously got a team out with absolutely no surprises in the lineup whatsoever. You could have just picked the team with the eyes closed. It's exactly as you would expect. Dolberg, Lozano, Cliver in our attacking 3. Our midfield 3, Arthur, Storaro and Romeo, who performed such a great partnership. Itta, De Ligt, Hoyt and Hysaj as the back 4, and of course Rulli in goal. So there's no surprises in our team. Hopefully we can go and win this for the 2nd year in a row. But it's going to be a tough match. We are starting with a standard mentality, simply because I don't know how Stoke are going to play, and their attack is fairly frightening. Lozano will drive forward in this first highlight, But, of course, it's a first highlight, so they very rarely come to anything. Now, we've actually pushed on very quickly in this match with 4 shots, 2 of them being on target. But none of them have actually been worthy of a highlight yet. So, let's just see how this goes. And I'm really nervous about this. Stoke are an unknown quantity in this scenario. We haven't met them in a not in the League Cup final before, and it's very easy to think half the Man United game to be really confident. But when they've got players like Lucas Moura in for Batshuayi and De Ligt with a great tackle, superb tackling there from De Ligt, and now Lozano with a bit of a counter, and Lozano takes on 3 players really easily, and this shot is terribly wide. But yeah, Stoke a bit of an unknown quantity, and obviously they're going to be pushing everything in this match. Surprisingly, our next home match, or our next Premier League match, is in 3 days' time against Stoke. So, maybe this will be a precursor for that match. I don't know. But we do need to win that, because all of the teams around us, Chelsea, Man City, Tottenham, Arsenal, they all lost this weekend. So that could be a really important game for us to kind of put our stamp on trying to get into those Champions League spots this year. The youth now with the ball, Berahino. And as you can hear, my voice is getting arguably worse by the second. Whether that is my cold, or the stress, or the double episode in one day. Who knows? But you're all enjoying it, hopefully. And Dolberg plays it to Kluivert, and Kluivert does his man, back to Dolberg, and Dolberg scores. Dolberg looks like he's back. There's no more Man United games for the rest of the season at the moment, as long as we don't meet them in the FA Cup. So hopefully Dolberg will stay uninjured, as we worked out that half his injuries are from Man United. 1-0. We've got one hand on the trophy. Let's retain possession, yes. Good idea. Dolberg will deliver that. Arthur will get onto the ball. He's got 2 men against him, but plays it back to Itter. Itter on the right side, rarely. Storaru to Dolberg, back to Lozano. Back to Itter, to Lozano again. Lozano will cross it in, and Dolberg's there, and Dolberg will score the second of the match. Is that 2 hands on the League Cup final or the trophy? Come on. This is lovely play. Lozano to Itter, and Itter's been such a great signing for us. If you remember, in the very first episode, we tried to sign Jose Gaya, but he was stolen from us by Man City. Jose Gaya, by the way, was sold this year to Dortmund for just 12 million. But we spent 20 million on Gianluca Itter, and I tell you what, I think that's money very well spent. He has proven to be a great left back for us. Really surprisingly, because I'd never actually heard of him. I've seen most of the Wonder Kid list, and I've never seen his name on it. And he's proved to be a brilliant player for us. Okay, Oreo. Oh, Storaru injured. Ascasabar will come on. Obviously wasn't in the team when we won the trophy last year. Itter to Romeu, to Dolberg. Dolberg is on hat-trick at the moment. Itter will get tackled. Bojan to Berahino. Now Berahino will drive at this team. And they've now got 5-on-4. Lucas Moura to Bojan. Bojan puts it wide. 70 minutes. Let's go counter. Because Stoke are going to be piling on the pressure now. 10 minutes to go. Let's make a change. Justin Kluivert to come on. Odegaard to come on. And who else do we change here? Let's bring on Jack Wilshere. He is a trophy winning person. Let's get him on the team. His experience hopefully will help us retain the ball a little bit more in midfield. And this is it. The last few minutes. Not as dramatic as it was against Chelsea, but it doesn't matter. We've won the League Cup again. We're just waiting for that final whistle to go. Kurzawa's got the ball. Kurzawa maybe. Mbula to Luan. Back to Mbula. Bojan now on the ball. And it's all over. We've won the League Cup for the 2nd year running. We beat Man United to get here. It says presentation, but we're not seeing a presentation. Oh, I wanted to see a presentation. Anyway, Dolberg with his 2 goals following the first half. Ben Gill of the Birmingham Post thought it was going to go to penalties. He has been proved wrong. And Southampton have come away with a result. We are delighted with it. Well done. You've won another trophy. Southampton hadn't won a major trophy since before I took over. We've now won the League Cup 2 years in a row. That has guaranteed us European football again, even if worse it comes to the worst. And Southampton are delighted with me. Pre-season odds of winning the trophy were 35-1. I hope someone put a bet on that. And the board have a confidence level of us of 85% in this trophy. That is awesome. So, we have won the trophy for the 2nd league running. And we're going to come back. We're going to skip the Chelsea away matches because they're going to be defensive. They're going to be dull. We're going to come back for the 2 home matches. Home in the 2nd knockout round, leg 2 against Chelsea. And home against Everton in the FA Cup 6th round. Can't wait for it. It's going to be tomorrow. We'll see you then. See you later. League Cup winners again.